and ultimately transform the way you live. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to break free from that negativity and build a mindset that pushes you to take action, to be relentless, and to succeed. It's time to stop letting your doubts decide your future. Your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change. And the change starts in your mind. Stick with me and I'll show you how to shift your thinking, take back control, and start winning in ways you never thought possible. Now let's dive into how you can truly kill your negative thinking and start creating the life you've always dreamed of. Number one, make self-improvement a daily practice. If you don't take control of your mind, life will do it for you. And let me tell you something, life doesn't care about your dreams. It doesn't care about your potential. If you let it, life will fill your mind with doubts, fears, and excuses. One bad experience and you'll start thinking you're a failure. One setback and you'll start believing you're not good enough. That's how negativity takes root. It sneaks in when you're not paying attention. And if you don't do something about it, that negativity doesn't just sit there. It grows, it multiplies, it starts shaping your thoughts, your decisions, and ultimately your future. Before you know it, you're stuck living the same day over and over again, wondering why nothing ever changes. But let's be clear, your mind isn't the problem. The problem is that you haven't trained it to work for you instead of against you. If you want to kill negative thinking, you have to make self-improvement a daily practice. Not once in a while, not when you feel like it, every single day. Because here's the truth, your mind is like a muscle. If you don't train it, it gets weak. It becomes lazy. And a lazy mind will always default to negativity, always. That's why you can't leave it up to chance. You can't hope that one day you'll just start thinking positively. It's not how it works. You have to reprogram your mind. You have to build the habit of feeding it the right things every single day. Now, some people hear this and think, that sounds exhausting. I don't have time for self-improvement every day. Really? But you have time to scroll through your phone for hours? You have time to overthink and stress about things you can't control? You have time to listen to people who do nothing but complain? See, it's not about having time, it's about what you prioritize. And if you don't prioritize your own growth, who will? No one is coming to fix your mindset for you. That's your job. So where do you start? You start by paying attention to what goes into your mind. Most people don't even realize how much negativity they consume daily. The news, social media, toxic conversations, these things shape the way you think. And if you're not careful, they will shape your life. That's why the first step in self-improvement is guarding your mind like your future depends on it, because it does. Instead of starting your day by checking your phone and filling your mind with nonsense, start it with something that makes you better. Read 10 pages of a good book. Listen to something inspiring, write down your goals, do something that strengthens your mindset before the world has a chance to fill it with negativity. And don't just do it once, do it every single day, because what you do daily is what shapes you. If you read 10 pages of a book today, you won't see a difference, but if you do it every day for a year, that's 3,650 pages of wisdom. That's the difference between being stuck and breaking through. But reading alone isn't enough. You have to take action. See, a lot of people love to learn, but they never do anything with it. They watch motivational videos all day, but never apply anything. That's not self-improvement. That's procrastination disguised as progress. Real growth happens when you take what you learn and use it. If you read something powerful today, don't just think, wow, that's inspiring. Ask yourself, how can I apply this to my life today? And then do it. And let me tell you something. When you start doing this daily, you'll notice something incredible. Negative thinking starts to lose its power over you. You stop dwelling on problems and start focusing on solutions. You stop overthinking and start doing. You stop looking for excuses and start looking for opportunities. And you know why? Because when you train your mind to grow every day, it stops settling for less. It stops accepting negativity as normal. It starts demanding more. But here's the catch. This isn't a one-time thing. You don't just wake up one day and say, all right, I'm done with negative thinking, and expect it to disappear forever. It doesn't work like that. Negative thoughts will always try to creep back in. Fear will always try to stop you. Doubt will always whisper in your ear. That's why self-improvement has to be a daily practice. It's how you fight back. It's how you stay in control. And I know what some of you might be thinking, but what if I miss a day? What if I fall off track? Listen to me. Missing one day won't ruin you, but letting that one day turn into a habit, that's where people go wrong. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. You don't have to get it right every time, but you do have to get back up every time. Because here's the truth. Self-improvement isn't something you do when life is easy. It's something you do so that life doesn't break you when it gets hard. It's something you do to make sure that no matter what happens, you stay strong, that no setback, no failure, no disappointment can take you back to the person you used to be. Because once you commit to this path, there's no going back. You'll start to see yourself differently. You'll start to expect more from yourself. And when you expect more from yourself, life starts giving you more. But it all starts with one decision. The decision to stop waiting. The decision to stop making excuses. The decision to start improving yourself every single day, no matter what. Because the moment you make that decision, you take your power back. The moment you make that decision, negative thinking starts to die. And the moment you make that decision, your entire life starts to change. Number 2, detach from past failures and regrets. Your past does not define you unless you let it. Too many people are living today with the weight of yesterday pressing down on them, carrying regrets, mistakes, failures, like they are chained to their backs. And they wonder why they can't move forward, why they feel stuck, why no matter how hard they try, they seem to be trapped in the same cycle. But here's the truth. It's not your past that's holding you back. It's your attachment to it. It's your unwillingness to let go. It's your decision, yes, decision to keep reliving what should have already been left behind. You cannot change what has already happened. No matter how much you think about it, no matter how much you analyze it, no matter how much you punish yourself for it, it is done. You cannot go back, but you can go forward. And that is where your power is. The moment you stop replaying your past failures, the moment you stop giving energy to regrets, that's the moment you start living again. That's the moment you start winning. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but I made so many mistakes. I wasted so much time. I hurt people. I failed at things I really cared about. And yes, that may all be true. But do you think holding on to that guilt, that shame, that disappointment is going to fix it? Do you think spending another day, another week, another year dragging yourself through those memories is going to make you better? No, it's only going to steal more of your time. It's only going to drain more of your energy. It's only going to keep you stuck in a place you don't belong anymore. You have to understand that. Failure is not the enemy. Mistakes are not the problem. It's what you do after them that matters. Every person you admire, every person who has ever achieved anything great has failed. The difference is they didn't let their failures define them. They learned, they adjusted, they moved on. And that's exactly what you need to do. There are people who spend their whole lives trapped by something that happened years ago. They define themselves by their worst moments. They tell themselves, I'm not good enough because I failed before. They stop trying because they think their past predicts their future. But listen to me, your past is only a teacher. It is not your identity. The only way it has power over you is if you give it power. And you know how most people give their past power? By replaying it over and over in their minds, by feeding it energy, by talking about it like it still matters today. But it doesn't. The only reason it still feels real is because you keep bringing it back to life. Stop doing that to yourself. Stop reopening wounds that should have already healed. Stop reminding yourself of things that are no longer relevant to who you are becoming. If you failed before, good. That means you tried. That means you put yourself out there. That means you were in the game. And if you keep trying, if you keep moving forward, you're going to succeed. But only if you stop holding on to what didn't work before. Let me ask you something. If you were driving a car, would you keep staring at the rearview mirror? No, because you'd crash. And yet, that's exactly what people do with their lives. They keep looking back. They keep focusing on what's behind them instead of what's in front of them. And then they wonder why they're not making progress. If you want to change your life, you have to start acting like your future is more important than your past. Because it is. What's ahead of you matters more than what's behind you. The only thing you need to take from your past is the lesson. That's it. Not the pain, not the regret, not the guilt. Just the lesson. And once you have it, let the rest go. I know it's not easy. I know sometimes the past feels like it has a grip on you, but that's just an illusion. The only thing keeping you tied to it is your own thoughts. And the good news, you can change your thoughts. You can train your mind to let go. Every time you catch yourself thinking about an old failure, stop yourself and shift your focus. Every time regret creeps in, remind yourself that you are not that person anymore. Every time doubt tries to pull you back, remind yourself that you are moving forward and nothing is going to stop you. You owe it to yourself to give your future the energy you've been wasting on your past. You owe it to yourself to stop looking back and start looking ahead. And you owe it to yourself to finally, once and for all, detach from everything that has been holding you back. Because the moment you do, you'll feel something incredible. You'll feel lighter, you'll feel stronger, and you'll realize that the only thing that was ever stopping you was the belief that you couldn't move on. But now you know better. Now you know that the past only has power if you allow it to. And from this moment on, you are taking that power back. Number 3, stop comparing yourself to others. There is no faster way to destroy your confidence, kill your motivation, and rob yourself of joy than by comparing yourself to others. And yet so many people do it every single day. They wake up and the first thing they do is look at someone else's life, someone else's success, someone else's achievements, and then they convince themselves they are not enough. They convince themselves they are behind. They convince themselves they are failing. But let me tell you something important. The only person you should ever compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. That's it. Because the truth is, no two people have the same journey. No two people start from the same place, have the same struggles, or face the same obstacles. And yet people make the mistake of measuring their progress against someone else's story, someone else's timeline, someone else's highlight reel. And when they do, they set themselves up for misery. You have to stop looking at what other people are doing and start focusing on your own path. Because when you compare yourself to others, you're not even comparing reality. You're comparing what you see on the surface. You're comparing what they choose to show. You see someone winning, but you don't see the struggles they went through. You see someone succeeding, but you don't see the failures they had to overcome. You see someone confident, but you don't see the nights they spent doubting themselves. And yet you look at yourself with all your struggles, all your insecurities, all your challenges, and you convince yourself that you are less than them. But you are not. You are just at a different stage of your journey. Think about this. When you plant a seed, do you stand over it every day and get frustrated that it's not a tree yet? No. You understand that it takes time. You understand that growth happens below the surface before you ever see results. But when it comes to life, people forget this. They look at someone else who is in full bloom and they get frustrated that they are still growing. They forget that their time will come. If they stay committed, if they keep pushing, if they keep going. The problem is when you compare yourself to others, you start feeling like what you're doing is not enough. You start doubting yourself. You start rushing your progress. And when you rush, you make mistakes. When you rush, you lose focus. When you rush, you lose patience with your own journey. And that's how people quit. Not because they weren't capable, not because they weren't good enough, but because they convinced themselves that they should be further ahead by now. You have to train your mind to stay in your own lane.
Good morning, good morning.
Good
I
morning.
felt that that was a perfect spot to end it. We have to stay in our own lane and stop looking at other people and where they are in their journey. Right, Maria?
Absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely, because you never know what other people are experiencing, even though they may look like they have tremendous success. You're not behind the scenes in their lives. You don't know their the things that they struggle with, what they're going through. They may have all kinds of family issues. You just never know. We never ever want to compare ourselves to anyone else. Because as he was saying, we all have our own timelines. We have our own lessons, Let's just focus on ourselves.
And we sure do not want to be jealous of anyone, because if you learn their story, you would not ever want their journey. And a lot of times you see people are so jealous of individuals and where they are, but no one knows the struggle they went through to get there. So I love this morning. I love it. This was courtesy of Nick this morning. Nick sent this over, and I absolutely love it. Mr. CJ, can you speak where you're at?
Yeah, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. And to those moms, I hope it was a meaningful, inspired Mother's Day yesterday. And so here we are, Marvelous Monday. I'm going to hand over to you and I'm in a compromising situation now with internet. So back to you, Navlin.
Okay. All right. So it's Monday, and as they say, it's open call to discuss whatever, but let's do our motto. We'll continue Mr. Jim tomorrow. Yeah, we will continue to be continued tomorrow, because that's what he's sharing is very good. We all can use it, including myself. So here we go. Go back to share. Hopefully you guys have something you would like for us to discuss today. But let's get to the company motto this morning. So guys, let's unmute for those of us who are in a spot where you can. And let's participate. Participate, participate. So after 3, 1, 2, 3.
Cherish
Cherish the
spirit,
spirit,
create
create the
vision,
vision,
Follow
follow
the
the
faith,
faith,
serve
Serve
with
humility,
humility,
of
of
Jah,
Jah, of
Humility.
Jah,
of
of
Jah.
Jah.
Yay.
Yes.
Follow the faith, cherish the spirit.
Yeah.
I love the serving humility too.
Yes.
And I guess we'll do the company profile video this morning. We haven't done it in a while. Did I stop my sharing? Yeah. For those of us who might be new, let's learn about the company and what it stands for.
The company.
I don't know. Oh, I forgot to ask the question this morning. Is there any new individuals this morning? Anyone new to the call for the first time? Okay, guess not. We'll moving right along.
That has remained steadfast and kept the right principles. The company headed toward the world with the right principles. The company that grows with its customers and shares generously. We are Atomy. Atomy, which has been growing ever since its establishment in 2009, is a global network marketing company with a presence across the globe. Atomy's #1 goal of going beyond customer satisfaction to customer success continues to be its top priority to this day. Providing good quality products at reasonable prices, Atomy's competitiveness lies in the nature of distribution. The absolute quality and absolute price product philosophy that Atomy has practiced since its inception is included in all of its products, such as health functional foods, beauty, living, food, fashion, home appliances, and more. Atomy Hemohim surpassed 2 trillion Korean won in cumulative sales, ranked #1 in domestic health functional food exports. Developed as part of a national project by the Korea Atomic Energy Research Institute, Hemohim holds 23 international patents and made history in 2023 by being the first in the country to offer dual health benefits, immune boost and fatigue relief. Absolute Skincare, a flagship product, has surpassed 1 trillion Korean won in cumulative sales. It received the King Sejong Award from the Korean Intellectual Property Office, a first in cosmetics, and was named a world-class product for next generation by the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy. Atomy prioritizes customers, earning customer-centered management certification for 3 consecutive years, a rare industry feat. Since opening its U.S. branch in 2010, Atomy has grown into a global hub, linking producers and consumers worldwide through 27 branches in Asia, South America, Oceania, and Europe. Atomy products have proven overwhelmingly popular in international markets, achieving the top export ranking for health functional foods and over-the-counter medications. Following the $300 million Export Tower Award, the company reached cumulative exports of $1.8 billion in 2024. After launching its EU branch, Atomy plans to expand globally, focusing on Africa, Central and South America, and other emerging markets. Atomy's GSGS strategy, which stands for Global Sourcing, Global Sales, allows the supply of products that align with the absolute quality and absolute price philosophy through Atomy's global sales network. Atomy's Success System, in which the company runs all seminars, allows any member to succeed regardless of individual ability. This is the driving force behind Atomy's distinctive growth. Success seminars that bridge online and offline realms vividly communicate Atomy's vision to members worldwide, presenting a vision of global success that goes beyond time and space by merging business and culture. The X Project has been initiated to cultivate global leaders and empower active members around the world. Atomy continues to provide unwavering support for success, including the reopening of Songnisan Forest as a hub for the Atomy brand experience. To achieve absolute quality and absolute price, and to ensure commitment to quality from its partners, Atomy provides various support measures for partnering companies, such as cash payment within 1 week from delivery, interest-free operating fund loans, and joint quality management systems, among others. These create a culture of a company growth. Atomy is implementing various policies to ensure sustainable coexistence with the Earth. The company promotes resource recycling and environmental restoration through product renewals aimed at zero plastic initiatives, increasing the use of biodegradable plastics and eco-friendly materials, and introducing smart packaging solutions. Atomy's contributions surpass not only its industry and the distribution sector, but also stand at the top level nationally. Over the past 3 years, the company's donation percentage relative to revenue has been 30 times that of the distribution industry, ranking first among Korea's top 500 companies. As a result, it has earned various government awards and certifications, including the Government Award for Sustainable Management, Good Donor Award, Family Friendly Company, and Great Place to Work Korea. Atomy's culture of sharing has expanded beyond national borders, with the company, members, partner companies, and executives actively engaging in social contribution activities worldwide. The company that holds true to its principles while creating a new distribution culture. The company expanding globally with the trust of people around the world. The company that dreams of customer success while moving beyond customer satisfaction. The company that cherishes the spirit.
Okay. So good morning again for those who are just getting on. I have a question. I've asked this, I think, once before. Oh, Mr. Cliff, thank you for joining us this morning. So this is Mr. Cliff's first time. So we have a first timer on here this morning. He's not able to speak. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, I wanted to ask this question just to see if we're paying attention, and not just about paying attention. This video is about your business, your company, because let me tell you, if you get a seasoned network marketer, they're going to ask you to tell them about your company. They're not asking you to tell them about the product, because seasoned network marketer, that's about building legacy, that's looking to take something to the top. They want to know about the company itself. Is this a sustainable company, as they just mentioned in the video? So a lot of us do not pay attention to this video, and you're building. You have to be prepared for what it is that you want. So it's not just about learning the products and knowing your products. You need to know about your company. If you are planning on seriously building this business, that is something you need to know as well. So when someone said to you, is going to say to you, so tell me about your company, you're not going, ooh, and an I, and an oh, I'm going to have to send you a video. Because this is not the time for you to send a video. If you cannot tell them about the company you're trying to introduce to them, they're going to, even if they're interested in the whole product line and the compensation, they will not sign with you. They will go on a mission. They will go Google, and they're going to find somebody that can educate them on the company, because you've already sparked their interest with the product line and they like everything that they see. But they're going to say, if you couldn't tell them about your company, you're not going to be able to help them. So guys, these videos are powerful. So my question is, who was paying attention? Who can tell me? Not Maria, not CJ, not Miss Sylvia, and a few more. How many patents internationally is there on the Hemoheme? Because that's our #1 selling product. And let me tell you, when you tell that to people, it makes a difference. They're like, wow. So who can tell me how many patents there are on Hemoheme? Who was paying attention when that video was playing? Anyone? You're pretty close, Mr. Cliff. Mr. Cliff is new, and he's the only one that stepped up to the plate to say, to type in. No one. Guys.
More than
pay
27.
attention. Huh?
More than 27.
Well, 21.
27.
Well, actually, when I call the company, the video says 21, correct, Maria? And when I called the company, I was seeing more, but they said, well, actually 21. But what did they say in the video, Maria? 21?
I'm not sure. I don't remember what they said,
Okay. Yeah.
because I actually had to take a call.
Okay. So guys, I just asked the question to spark interest for you guys to go back and watch this video. Because let me tell you, there are a lot of people out there looking for good network marketing company. And you don't want the good Lord to send you as somebody that is seriously looking to build and is a seasoned network marketer, and they ask you questions about your company and you cannot answer. It's in the video. Hemoheme is our #1 selling product. The #2 selling product is the Absolute Skincare. And then it goes from there to the toothpaste, and it goes on and on. Know your top product. Know the company you're with, and know the product line. So guys, please watch the video. We don't just play this video in the morning just to kill time. It is very important to know your business. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's that's a very important video, because you need to know exactly how your business got started and who's the CEO and things of that nature. And it's also good to help you in helping you develop your elevator speech, right, Nabala?
Yeah.
Because you need to, most people have a very, very, very short attention span. After 2 minutes, they pretty much, most people will give you about maybe a minute and a half, right, when you approach them. And so after that, their minds begin to wander and they're ready to move on. So you need to know the pertinent key points of what you do, the company you represent, and how it can help provide what someone may be in need of. So, and even when we play that video, it just gives you a lot of good information that you could take notes from. Like when we play the video, we normally play it every day. So just take some notes and just pull out some key points that you could use in your elevator speech. And an elevator speech is just a really, really short speech that you use. There's some things, key points that you make when you're approaching someone, and you can tailor it to whether it's a person you're approaching for business or a person you're approaching and inquiring about their health, or both.
Yeah. Because your customers are not really going to care about all that. They just want to know what your product can do for them.
Exactly.
But a business partner, they're going to want to know about the company. Actually, serious individuals that's looking for a business, they're going to want to know about the company first to see if this is a solid company for them to go with. And guess what? That video tells you that the company does not owe anyone. They pay everything off every 30 days. This company is totally debt-free. They even included in there how much money the company made in 2024. So all that information is there, how solid this company is. They're totally debt-free, how much money they made last year, and it goes on and on and on. So guys, we have to be prepared for what we want, because God will not send certain things to you if you're not ready for it. So just be bulletproof. So God forbid you actually bump into someone that's truly interested, but you couldn't answer that question about the company. They're going to go look for someone else, because I know of several individuals that said that people introduced them into the water business that I'm in, and they did not go with those. One gentleman said 7 individuals introduced it to him, and he didn't go with them because they could not answer his question. Person number 8 was able to take him under the wings, answer all the questions, showed him everything, and he came on board. So imagine those 7 individuals when they see this person in the business and they're like, but I spoke to him. None of us want to be that person. Okay, so that's a video to save and watch and get the information in your head, because sometimes you think you're not getting the stuff, but repetition, it's in there. Because I was talking to Maria this morning, and she said she was watching a documentary, and it was amazing how everything they were talking about, this is from actual history that happened. She's like, all these things that I couldn't even believe that those things were in my head, and all the names I could remember. That's how it goes. It's in there, even though you might think it's not there. And then someone asks you, because you've been watching the video so much, it's there, your memory. That subconscious retains it, and it's just going to roll right off your tongue. So that's why we play this video every morning. Every day you listen to it, something is getting in there. So anyway, so that's enough of that this morning. So guys, listen to the video. It's very important. And next, Is
I
there?
just want to
Go ahead.
say
Mhm.
too, I know this is really doesn't relate, but it does relate. And this is about the scripture. It's just like when we're reading the Bible,
Mhm.
and maybe we haven't read something in a long, long time, but then when we read it, it's like, wait a minute, now I understand it a little better and a little better and a little better every time you read it.
Mhm.
Or, like this morning during my devotion and reading my scriptures, I was reading 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John. And it has all of these different scriptures in there that you hear all the time, but you didn't realize it was really, really in that spot. I don't know if I'm making sense, but anyway, it's the same thing. The more we when we really listen, we're internalizing much more than we think, which goes back to what Jim Rome was saying this morning about our minds and what we allow in. You allow in, what you meditate on, what you think on is so important to shaping whether you're going to be successful or not. So how do we have to take command over our minds every day? And we have to command our mornings, because the thing is, if you don't command your morning,
Mhm.
some it's going to be commanded, because your thoughts are created. So whatever you allow in, whatever you're thinking, is what you're going to manifest during the day, throughout that day. And if you're not focused, if you're not intentional about your business, then there's no one doing your business. There's no one doing your business. But if you are intentional, if you say every morning, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk to this person or these many people this today, and you set your course, you navigate your course for the day. If you don't allow the negative thoughts, you don't allow, maybe yesterday you didn't do so well, but you don't allow that to impact your today. The only thing you take from whatever failure you may have had yesterday or last week is, like he said, the lesson from it. And so the lesson will take you further into your success. But if you take the failure, if you take the disappointment, it's going to set you back. So whatever we get in our mind is what is going to determine our future. So we have to take command every day of where your thoughts are going to be, because you have the creative ability that is given to us from our creator. And so we have to be mindful of what we're doing. We do not want to be mindless. We want to be mindful. I'll yield it back to you, Neverlet.
Yes, I love that. I'm trying to post the that video for you guys in the chat here, for those of us that are not on the Momentum Morning group.
Because he was talking about how that negativity, like how it creeps into your mind, you're not even paying attention. And this is why we have to take control of our mind. We have to get in a habit of feeding our minds the right thing every day. It's pertaining to everything that's important to us. Whatever is important to us, we're going to think about how we're going to think about our family, how we think about our children, how we think about our business, how we're thinking about our marriage. We want to always keep it in the best light of thoughts. And because it's going to shape everything. We shape our future every day. Every day we shape our future. And so we don't want to leave it to chance. And most of us maybe we don't really understand that there is a battle for our minds, and that every day there is a force that's always trying to steal and to commandeer our thoughts, because our thoughts have the power to create. It creates our lives. We are the sum total of the thoughts that we've had in our lives. Now, when we were children, there wasn't a whole lot we can do about what was going on. But as we got older, as we got into the age of accountability, and as we began to grow and to learn, we began to make different decisions based on our environment and how our response was in that environment. But we have the power to either to be creative or to just be not do anything. And so we have to take command of our thoughts. You know, the scripture tells us in 2 Corinthians 10:5 that we are to take every thought captive to the obedience of Christ. And so that's really what we have to do. And that's really what Jim Rohn was talking about this morning, taking your thoughts captive and making them obedient to what is good. That means leaving all the negativity by the wayside. We learn from it. We eat the fish and we spit out the bones, and we keep moving in a positive manner to where we know we're supposed to be, because we're each supposed to, and we can become fully self-developed. Back to you, Novelette.
Well said, well said. Did anyone else want to chime in? Oh, guys, I just posted the video in the chat for those who are interested in listening to the entire video. Do we have any other feedback before we move forward here?
It's not that I'm here, but my phone is, I'm having a problem with my phone.
I can hear you. You're loud and clear.
No, I'm saying I have a problem with my phone.
Okay.
So there's not much I can do. But this hasn't got any bearing on the speech. I have a question. My sister, she uses the regular, call it senior, air freshener. And she's bent on wanting me to use it, but I refuse. So I'm just asking if you guys have a substitute that can be used.
Oh, for the air freshener?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I used to use air freshener quite a while back because we all want our place to smell nice and we like the smell and all. Because my favorite was the Hawaiian breeze, but I stopped using that a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, you can get the some stores you can get the potpourri, you know, like the dried rose or whatever, and put it in your home. The smell is only going to last for so long. Some people do. I have diffusers with essential oil.
Okay.
That's what I'm using right now. And you just have to, you know, make sure you're getting the right essential oil. Some people use candles, but I do not use candles much unless, I guess they say the soy ones are better. The old-fashioned wax, that soot builds up in your nostrils just the same from it. So I don't use that, but they have some good ones out there. There's a company, I cannot remember their name. Their candles are wax free. When I remember the name, I will let you know.
No problem.
And, you know, back in the days, they would get flowers. That's why a lot of, back in the days, a lot of people had a massive garden with flowers. So they go cut their flowers fresh every day and bring it in. And I'm also seeing on TikTok now where you can buy these, like you can buy jasmine. They have the lotus plants and some others that you can have in your home that makes the place smell fresh. The lotus plant, I'm really fascinated with. I'm going to get some of that. And I love jasmine too.
Okay.
But that jasmine plants grow pretty big. That's something I would want outside, pretty close to my back patio or out on my patio. So there are natural ways, because these things are killing us.
Mm-hmm.
Because now if I go in someone's home and I see, especially that one that's continuously spraying, I'm not sticking around for long.
Sure.
And if I walk in and it's overpowering with those air fresheners, I do not stay. Because I'm not going to do that to my lungs, because they're saying all these things. When they look at your lungs, it looks just like a person that smokes cigarette. So that's what we're doing to ourselves.
And you can
go ahead.
I just wanted to add to that too, Navaleta, which
Mhm.
is something that I like to do is I like to like simmer like a blend of like lemon slices and rosemary, fresh rosemary herbs and
Mhm.
fresh vanilla extract, or you could use
Mm.
just the stems of vanilla, cinnamon, cloves, any
Yeah.
type of citrus, orange peels, and
Mhm.
just simmer that, you know, in a pot on your stove. That really makes the whole house smell
Smells not.
really,
Yeah.
really, really nice. And it's not harmful because all of those are really natural and organic, especially if you use organic. So that's one thing you can do too. Because, like Noblette said, a lot of the stuff that you buy from the store, never buy those ones that plug in the wall because they're emitting poisons, and we
Yeah.
breathe that. We end up breathing that in, and the sprays also that you spray in the air,
Yeah.
those are not healthy. You want to use a diffuser to diffuse it. And as Noblette was saying, the soy is much better. I agree with that. You want to use the soy. If you're going to do a candle, use the soy, but you don't want to use anything that's other than the soil because it is releasing soot into the air and that is going into your lungs. So you
Mhm.
don't want that. And if you look sometimes, if you see a candle and it's got like, you see like a dark mark on the wall, that you know that that is the soot. So you don't want to use those.
Or you can just put a glass over it, and you'll know if it's really if that's happening.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, thanks for the info.
You're welcome. Great question. We are
Mm.
going to cover some products, guys. Don't worry.
Okay,
Can I
Miss
add
Sonia.
something, please? Good morning,
Yes, go
ladies.
ahead.
It's
Sure,
okay.
yeah.
Yes, you can simmer cloves, cinnamons. Um, Also, you can put them in a spray bottles. They could last you a
Yes.
couple of days, and you can spray
Mhm.
Mm.
around.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can add other stuff, but the basics are cloves and cinnamons. They make the house smells good, natural, and you can preserve them in a bottle. You can put them in cotton balls and leave them around the house.
Mhm.
This is much better for our health. So
Okay,
that's what I
thanks.
do.
Thanks a lot.
Right.
For
And
sure.
also add the mint, peppermint, and the bay leaves. The bay leaves will keep the insects down,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mhm.
little mites and things of that nature. It'll get rid of those.
Okay. Great question. So
Thanks again.
before we go into the products, I don't see anyone with their hands raised to ask a question. Guys, I saw this video this weekend and I said, you know, we're always talking about the men in Atomy using the skincare and talking about the skincare and start doing the skincare. We want to see some men of color doing videos. I found this video this weekend and I said, I need to play this because I always talk about these Korean men. And I love the fact that they're not embarrassed to talk about the skincare, to share the skincare. Now, this is not a Tommy, so of course I'm going to cut the video before it gets to the end, but I just wanted to share this because I just love seeing them taking care of their skin, doing their whole skincare routine. It's not just the Korean women, guys, it's the men too. They all look great because they take that time and that pride in taking care of their skin. It's just, I just love it. Look at this video. So let me explain. There's no sound to it. But you see, he's doing his skincare treatment routine here. And we have all these products. Well, we don't want to promote his. I just wanted to see that there. Okay, look at what he's doing. He's doing his treatment, guys. We have everything here to do the same thing. So, guys, use the product. Look at him. He's not ashamed to talk about the product he's using and his whole skincare routine. And if you notice on the side there, he's talking about the best anti-aging mushrooms and all of that. So we have the products here. And I would love to start going to these Atomy events.
It's a component to help you
Oh,
to deal
sorry.
with this.
I thought I stopped.
Yeah, so in
Sorry,
the
guys.
program,
Yes, I would love to start going to these Atomy events and see the guys coming in looking like that, just the same.
That
We-
would be awesome.
Yes, I'm being honest. I am not seeing it, guys. I am not seeing that when I go to the Atomy events. We have to remember that we're representing a company that's big on skincare. And let me tell you, these Koreans, they don't fail. They look like they use the products, every last one of them. And we need to
Nevertheless,
stop. Go ahead.
no, I was going to say, and speaking of the men's skincare products, we do. Do you want to pull up a few of them? Maybe we could talk about it just a little bit.
Yeah, with the skincare.
Yes. Right, and Neville, that's right. It would be amazing, and I believe if you're doing, let's say you're at an event and you decide you sign up and you're going to do a festival, or you're at
And
an
hold on,
event.
Maria.
Mm-hmm.
Maria, hold on. Guys, Maria is our cosmetologist with years and years and years of experience in it. So she's not just speaking just for speaking. She knows what she's talking about. So go ahead. I'll close my mouth.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm a board certified and licensed skincare therapist with over 25 years of experience in skincare. And the thing of it is, it doesn't, in skincare, they're different. They're like 7 main signs of aging. And those are usually like fine lines and wrinkles. Men and women both get those. We get those crow's feet, those little lines around the eyes. Our skin begins to get a little dull. It can become uneven in our skin tone. It can become drier. We can begin to look blotchy, and sometimes we develop age spots, and sometimes the texture of our skin will get rough and the pores will become larger. So those are like some of the 7 signs of aging. But Atomy has in our skincare line, they are functional products, and the term functional is used to describe ingredients that provide health benefits beyond providing basic nourishment. Okay, and so that is what functional means. And so we have a fantastic men's skin care line that Atomy has developed. We have our home skincare set, and because for you guys, there is a big and a growing market for men, and also for you ladies, we can market to men. So there is a huge growing market for men who want to take care of their skin. So if you're doing a presentation somewhere, let's say you're at an event and you have set up a table and you can do a demo, guys, it's an amazing thing. And I know for a fact that if you do a demo, if you set up a demo table for men to come and try the products, that you will sell a lot of our skincare because it's so good and they'll see an immediate difference. And so we have our home skincare set. Nolan, are you going to be able to bring it up?
Okay. Oh, not the all-in-one, the skincare. Let me go back.
Yeah, right now we don't see anything. We just see.
Oh, I'm not sharing. Okay.
Yes, you're not sharing.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. I'm looking to pull up the set. I had the all-in-one. Okay, here's the set. So let me share my screen. Sorry. Okay.
Okay, so our home skincare set, it's awesome. It has 6 types of organic herbs, like it's got fennel and basil, marshmallow, chamomile, and it has the Centellica asiatica. Okay, and so all of that is to help to soothe the skin after you have shaved. It has a really nice fragrance of citrus and orange and bergamot uh, in it. And you can use our foam cleanser. Well, you don't have to go to that right now, though, Novelette. The foam cleanser from the Evening Care Set, you can use that also to not only to wash your face, but to shave as well. And so men who use that experience less puffiness under the eyes and their skin looks clearer. So the home skincare set, it comes with a toner, and the toner, what the toner is, after you wash your face, you need to restore the pH balance back to your face. So the toner does that. It has collagen and elastic in the toner, and that's going to help to diminish the appearance of aging skin. It's very light, it's very refreshing, and all of our skincare products are eco-friendly. That means that all of the ingredients in there, there are no harmful ingredients are inside of any of our products. And so also, it also comes with our essence, which is the moisturizer for this set. It's the moisturizer. So first you want to wash your face with our foam cleanser, right? And then you want to use our toner that comes in your set, your home skincare set. Then you want to use the essence, that's a moisturizer, and that has different types of hyaluronic acid in there. That's going to make that moisture go down deep into your skin. It's going to brighten your skin. It's going to help to firm it up. And then you're going to use the lotion afterwards that comes in that set. So that's a 3-piece set. And it smells wonderful because it has the orange and the bergamot, the freesia, orchid. It has the musk in it, and sandalwood. And the musk and the sandalwood make sure it's not super flowery, because we know guys do not like a lot of floral scents on them. And so this is a beautiful, beautiful set. So when Novelette showed you the video of the gentleman using a skincare product, imagine you using this, guys, or those of us who have husbands or sons or someone on our team. You're at an event and they are doing a demo. This is going to attract men to your table. It's going to attract women who have men are going to want to take a look at this product, because you don't often see men demoing a product. And so I just really wanted to talk up. Let's see, hold on. Let me see what we're saying here on the screen. Oh, this is the hyaluronic acid, and it has 5 different types. And one thing about hyaluronic acid, it has different weights on it. And the weights allow, depending on how many different weights on it, it's going to allow for a deeper penetration into the deeper levels of the skin. And that means it's going to moisturize from a deeper place. And then you're going to see it on the surface of the skin. And so that's what this is basically depicting. The epidermis is the top layer, then you have the dermis is a lower layer, then we have that subcutaneous layer where you have the granulosum and all of that, where the skin, the hyaluronic acid that your body naturally produces, as well as the ceramides and the collagen, where those are being manufactured in that subcutaneous layer. And so this is why people who use our products, especially one with these 5 different types of hyaluronic acid, why you see, when you see the Asian men and women, their skin looks so hydrated. It looks so moist. It looks firm. It looks smooth. Even like I've met Asian ladies at many of our Atomy meetings who are in their 80s, but they look like they're in their 50s or their 60s. It's because they are products of the product. They use the product. And so we, as other people of color, the majority of us here because our skin is even stronger and we don't age as quicker when we use these products, we also see a huge difference in our skin. And so this is what we want to do to help everyone. We want to share about how well these products work. So when you use these products, you will see a difference in your own skin. I'm in my 70s. I know I don't look like I'm in my 70s because I use these products. When I first started using them, it was my daughter who's in her 50s. She used our Absolute product first. And she sent me a picture of herself, and I could not believe she looked like she was in her 30s again. And so she said, well, Mom, you've got to get the Absolute, which is our
Number one.
it's our number one in our skincare line. It's the Absolute. It's our flagship skincare product. And so I got it and I began to use it along with the Evening Care 4 set. So guys, though, getting back to what Novelette was talking about men, use these products. They're going to help you look like what you're representing. You want to look like what you're representing, right? If you're selling shoes, let's say you're selling what? I don't even know top of the line men's shoes. So it's Stacy Adams, I'll just call that out. But then you got on a pair, just some that you bought from Walmart. You're not going to look like you. If you're selling Stacy Adams, you're not going to look like you're selling Stacy Adams. You're going to look like you got them at Walmart. So, just pay attention to make sure that you represent what you are trying to share and encourage others to purchase. Now, this is the Absolute Skincare set for all of you ladies and gentlemen. Men, you can use this too. It's going to make a huge, huge difference in how your skin looks. And so it's going to hydrate your skin. This is our de-aging set. It's going to help you turn back the clock because of the technology that is involved in the creation of this particular skincare line. It has like 5 or 6 different technologies that involve the fermentation process. It involves the ability for the ingredients to be transdermal and to go deeper into the skincare line. It involves how the herbs are gathered together, and it is going to reduce the signs of aging. What's in this is the different codes. They come up with different scientific codes that allow these ingredients to penetrate where they need to go. You will notice a difference the first time you use it. I would suggest getting your Evening Care 4 set first because that is our cleansing line. And that has 2 cleansers. You've got your deep cleanser, which is going to remove makeup and oil and dirt and debris off your skin. Then you've got the foam cleanser that comes in that Evening Care 4 set. And again, that's the same cleanser I talked about with the home set for men that use that foam cleanser to shave with, guys. And everyone use the foam cleanser to clean your face. And then after that, we've got the peeling gel. I really don't want to get into talking about it, but that's what's in that Evening Care 4 set. If you haven't used that Evening Care 4 set, then I don't know why not. I just don't understand. But you definitely need to get the Evening Care 4 set. It's very inexpensive, $46. And then you go to, you can stay right there, Novelette. Then you go into, if you're interested in de-aging your skin, turning back the clock, invest in yourself and get this particular skincare line. If you have new people that you're bringing into the business as business partners, they may want to get this particular kit. We do have it, I believe, still in different packages for business startups. You don't want to start your business up. If you've got new people coming into the business as business partners, they need to come in with one of our packages, one of the kits. Now, they're not required to, because Atomy doesn't require that you do that. But where can you go into business anywhere for under $500? So you can get this in one of our packages, I believe. Maybe we're
Yes.
gonna take a look at a few packages. Now,
Let's see what they have.
now let's see what they have, because now the packages do change. What is that? The Absolute Beauty Kit. There you go. For $404. And that kit is amazing. I believe it comes with some hair care as well. Let's see. They
Yeah.
come with hair care.
This one comes with the Absolute. This is all Absolute. So it comes with the Absolute skincare and the Absolute hair set.
Right. So this is a great kit to sell to someone who has a spa, right? Where they do hair, where they do makeup and all that stuff. That's a great kit. But we have a lot of different kits. So you want to bring your business partners in with the kit. Don't bring them in with just toothpaste and they say they're a business partner. You will be doing yourself a grave disservice. And you'll be doing them a great disservice, because if you bring them in at like, let's just keep it real. If you bring them in at 20,000 PB, everyone they bring in is going to come in around there, or they may even sign them up as nothing. And that's that's not good if they're coming in as a business partner, right? You might decide, okay, I just want to promote, excuse me. Excuse me. I just want to promote the noni juice, because the noni juice, there are 22 different ailments that the noni juice addresses. So you might just say, okay, I'm just going to sell noni. That's it. Well, come bring them in, bring that person in with the noni juice package, right? Or they want to do the healthcare best kit number 3, which is right next to the noni, right? So if they come in with that one, they need to come in with that one, and maybe they can come in with that and the noni juice, or with that one and the Absolute kit. What if you just want to do hemohem? You have someone that says, listen, I work in a hospital, I'm a nurse practitioner, or whatever it is, right? Or I'm a nutritionist. I've been helping people do nutrition for years. Those are people that you want to bring into your business as business partners. They may say, well, let me just bring people in with this noni juice package. And they come in with that package for under $405 plus tax and shipping. So now they can come in with that package. They get to try it themselves, and they also get to market it to other people. And that's how they can grow their business. So if they come in with a package like that, they're going to bring their business partners in with that type of package. You got to have some money in the game. If you expect people to be serious about their business, right, they need to have invested in it. So we have to shift our thinking from being consumers to being business owners, right? You have to look at yourself as a distribution center. And what we're distributing is health, but we're also helping people to gain wealth. So we have all of these different packages that you can bring people into the company as your business partners. Now, your customers is a different thing. Your customers, people who you share the business with because they have a health issue, or because they're concerned about maintaining their good health. So they don't have to come in like a business partner, but you want to have conversations with them about what are their health goals. So with customers, we're talking about their health goals. And with business partners, we're talking about their wealth and their health goals. So it makes a difference in how you address. But if you're bringing on business partners, remember, we're keeping it very real here. You're trying to match side. We're binaries. So you're trying to get 300, 300, 300, 300, 300 on the left, 300 on the right, 700 on the left, 700 on the right, and so on and so on and so on. So you want to be able to build quickly. This is how Florence has been able to build.
Yes.
This is how she's been able to build. She's bringing people into the business the right way and teaching others to do the same. Those who do not do the same, who do deviate, and they bring people in, business partners we're talking about, they bring them in the wrong way, they tend to fall off. Because they're not seeing the monies, because they're bringing people into the business the right way. You may think, well, I can't find business partners. Well, there are millions of people who are looking for a business opportunity, especially right now with what's going on in world economy, especially here in the United States. So people are looking for ways to earn money because they're seeing many people being laid off. And so they're wondering if they're going to be next. We've all seen the changes that have come about through the Trump administration, where we've seen people just laid off who never thought that they would be laid off. And as I heard Nebelet talking about before, you know, people would say, oh, I'm not interested. I have a job. I have a job. But now we're seeing more people listen. The market is out there, is saturated now with people who are looking for another stream of income because they're concerned about, is my job going to be here? They just laid off 20,000 people from UPS who were not expecting to lose their jobs. And you would think that they would need UPS drivers because more and more people are shopping online and having packages delivered. And we also see the impact and the effect of AI and how it is taking jobs and is set to take many, many more jobs. So we want to bring people into the business while they're still working, while they have an income, so that they can have another great stream of income and they can develop it. So this is what, we're really just trying to focus on. Well, we didn't know we were going to talk about this, but anyway, here we go. No, I'm turning it back over to you.
Oh, thank you. And guys, we're stressing this part here with business partners because we've all been taught to say, it's free, it's free, it's free. There's no cost to come on board there. It's not true. The website is free. There's no auto ship. There's no annual renewal. The website is free. You get a free website, but it is not free to come on board. And we need to stop saying that, because people are not taking Atomy seriously, because people do not take things seriously that they get for free. That's just what it is. So when we go around telling people that it's free, everything is free, I'm giving away a free website and I'm doing this and to come on board with the website, you do not have to pay for the website, but the products are not free, and it sure is not free to come on board as a business partner. We need to stop doing that. When we have people come on board and you tell them everything is free, they don't pay attention. Let me tell you how I know. I did that when I started. My lady that I shared the testimony with alopecia, that got such tremendous results with Hemoheme and the shampoo set, in 3 months, everything was gone, hair grew back and all. I used those same words, and she's like, oh, my daughter was just about to go on board with a company. I think they were going to pay $300 or $400 to get on board. She's like, oh, I'm going to have her join. She signed up because she was looking for a business. And they came on board and they shopped a little and all that. She did not stick around for long. But guess what? I see her online marketing another product that she had to pay, because I looked it up. I think they charged like $500 to get on board. That's what she's marketing. We have to be mindful of the wording, because anything that is free, people don't value. So as Maria mentioned with Miss Florence, this is what she said to me. She said, Nablet, you do not let your business partners come on board with zero. All her people, they have to start with 300,000. She said, when they come on board with that 300,000 volume, they qualify immediately to start earning commission. And she said, when people can start making that money right away, they see value to it. She said, I'm going to ask her to come on here one morning and talk about that. She said, not one of her business partners come on board without getting one of these packages. And we have to remember that if someone said, I want to do this business, there is not one single business out there that you can start without investing some money. And look at this as a franchise. It's your own franchise.
Your own.
Franchises are increments of thousands of dollars. But on here, as you saw, the packages is like 400. There, it's not even a solid $500 to get to 300,000. So guys, if these people say they want to do the business, if they're not willing to invest the money, they're not really serious.
Can I say,
Go ahead.
say something to that, Novelette? I just want to say, stay out of people's pocketbooks and wallets.
Exactly.
Don't assume that, oh, they can't afford it. Oh, I'm not going to ask them. Oh, that's too much. Don't do that. That is limiting yourself. Do you know how many people spend $1,000 just to get their hair weaved? Oh my God. They do that. They spend $300 on a pair of tennis shoes, right? So people have money. You'd be surprised how much people literally have. You'd be surprised. But we're trying not to go into people's pockets. We're just going to assume that they have it. Assume that they have it. And they may not have it, but since you're assuming that they have it, they may just find it.
Yeah.
Right? You know, it's time for all of us to come up in how we think. How we think. We have to assume that the glass is half full. We have to assume that today is the day of my blessing, my breakthrough, and my break free. I'm going to govern myself accordingly because I'm going to act on the fact that I am innately blessed and highly favored. I'm going to act on the fact that I have favor. So I'm going to challenge that favor to see if it's there. And I'm going to keep on challenging the fact that I was told that I'm blessed and I'm highly favored. So let's see. But if we don't act, we have not because we don't. We act not. We don't ask. That's why we don't have. We make the assumption of scarce and lacks. So we got to come out of that thinking. We're in a new dispensation of thinking. So we have to shift upwards and not downwards. We have to shift into abundance because we have that life and that life more abundantly that is promised to us while we're here and later after we're not here. So we have to live that life, the Zoe life, Zoe, the life that is lively and alive. So we have to shift in that direction. Back to you, Novelette.
Yeah, okay. And guys, remember, and you also have to be bold. I learned this a long time ago when I was so afraid to tell people the price of my water system because I'm like, oh my gosh, they're not going to buy. Now I am bold. This is the price. This is what it is. And you do the same with this business. When you have someone that says they saw the whole presentation and they're like, this is a business, right? Well, yeah, you're doing it. This is what I'm doing. How can I come on board? Go right over to the package. Let me go right up and show you. For business, right here, promotion, you click on it. Business partners come on board with 300,000 personal volume. That's what you want right here. Look at this. 300,000 PV. Noni, 250,000. Have them add something else. And let me tell you, if this is something they really want to do, they will find a way. If you show the value of the product line and they want to come on board, they will find a way. 400,000. I have customers that buy a 4-pack every 3 months, every 3 or 4 months, right there. This is 260 plus you add some whatever else to it. It's not that hard because I have customers buying the 4-pack a lot because I show the value of the hemoheme and they buy the 4-pack. So guys, you have to remember that this is a business you're doing. If they want to join you in this business, do not sign a single person up without purchases, or if a business partner, if they say they want to do the business, show them the way. Now, there's another way. If they cannot afford to come on board, because sometimes there are people out there that desperately want to do a business and they do not have the funds, there is another way. As long as they know they have the people to share with, they come on board, they start sharing, they have their customers place the order, they take the order, place the order under themselves and ship it to the customers. Now they're accumulating those personal volume. Then when those individuals come back the second time around, now they know they have customers that like the product, they can register them that time. But the first time, all these individuals that they're bringing on board, they place that order under their own personal ID, and they will get that personal volume to get them up to 300,000 in no time to start earning the commission. So there are ways. If you feel that that person is very, very serious and want to do the business, but they cannot buy a package, then they can use other people's money.
Number that.
Uh-huh.
So Benjamin is asking the question. I'm trying to learn how to sign up a person with my link. Where do I send my link? Did you want to go into that since you're speaking on customers?
Will you be here tomorrow, Benjamin? Because Nick covers the back office on Tuesday. Will you be here tomorrow? Oh, no.
No.
Okay. Have you signed anyone up yet? On your left and right?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so then you can give them your personal ID number to
That's
register.
what I'm looking for.
Yeah, you can give them you can either register them, which is you would go right here to where it says join us. And you can either register them yourself or you give them your ID to register, because the first 2 individuals is automatically going to go one on your left, one on your right. Now, after that, you can no longer use your personal ID number. You would now have to use the last person on your left or the last person on your right ID number to register. And that's how it's going to go from there on. You will no longer use your ID. You will always use the last person on your left or on your right to register the other individuals from there on.
Say that again?
Okay, you have not registered anyone yet. So you can use your ID to register your first 2 individuals. From
Right.
there,
You only get to use your ID
twice.
to register individuals twice. One
Oh.
for your left and one for your right.
And it automatically goes that way, right?
Right, the system will place them. Now, thereafter, you will have to use if you're putting the next individual after you've acquired your first 2, if you're going to your left side, then you would have to go in and get the ID number of the last person you registered on your left and use that ID number to register that individual, and the same for the right.
Oh, okay. And then
Yes. After your first 2, you can no longer use your ID. You would have to use the ID of the last person on the left or the last person on the right to register from there on.
And you find their ID where?
In your lineage. So
Right. And you may look to see that someone in your upline has already placed someone on your lap, because the system will work, because this business is ongoing.
Yes.
Right? Because you have an upline and they're
Someone on my
constantly
left, but I
building.
got no one on my right.
Okay, so you know one on your left or right. Okay. And it's the
No,
important
no
thing
one's on my right. I have someone on my left, but
Okay,
no one's
okay, so
on
it's
site.
already defaulted. Okay, someone's already placed. Okay. And so what you also need to understand is that you got to build correctly, right? Especially if you're adding business partners, and especially if they know each other or they're related to one another, you want to place them in such a way that they kind of are able to build together, because it is a team business. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. It just needs to be shown how to build a team together.
Right.
Team
So you
together.
want to make sure, let's say you've got a mother and a son. You don't want to put them on opposite legs. You want to put them on the same leg, one under the other, so that they can build together, because they may know the same people. And so that when one of them does something, it benefits the other. You see what I'm saying? But if they're on a different leg, you can look at your leg. It's one business, but each leg is a separate, sort of like a separate business, because you got a whole separate team. You're going to have two teams. You got a left team and a right team, or a left market group and a right market group. So you want to put like two best friends. You wouldn't put them on separate legs. You're going to put them, if they're business partners, right? And even if they're customers. So you want to be mindful in your placing everyone, of how you place people. And you want to always go straight down. You don't want to deviate, have somebody else way out. Let's say, because, okay, I'm going to give you a good example. When I first came into the business, I wasn't told these things that we're trying to share with you right now. When I first came into the business, I put one, because I had a big family, and they, I finally convinced them that, hey, come into this business with me. Okay, so, but I had one of my brothers like way out, away from everybody else. So whenever we all were making money, he wasn't making anything, right? But because we had a cumulative downline effect, and everyone that I had put in that particular downline, we were all making money, except this one brother who was way out in La La Land, way out from under the main line. So you want to go straight down, everyone. Straight down
But
in each one of your lines.
Does it have left and right?
Pardon?
You have to have left and right though in order to make
Yeah, you
money.
got a left and a right, but you don't want to you want to keep going straight down. You want to place somebody on a, you're going to have a main left line and a main right line. You want to try to keep everyone in those main lines. That's business partners.
Maybe
Who's your upline, Benjamin?
Miss Angie.
Miss Angie?
Yes.
Does and who's her upline?
Oh, I don't know all that.
Okay. Because I don't go into the back office. Nick does it on Tuesday. So but the recording is played. Will you be available next Tuesday? And Miss Jen also, does she still do that on Sunday, Maria?
I know, I think Tony does, but I don't think Tony really goes in real deep, but I know she does do it, but I think Nick has some recordings.
Yes.
And yeah, I think he has recordings, and he did give us his web address last week, I believe. And it may be in the Morning Momentum WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was trying to find out all the morning momentum. Couldn't find all the paths.
Yeah. I do the products, but in regards to Benjamin's, this is another thing, guys, that I said when we are bringing individuals online to do the business, make sure you know how to help your individuals, because if they do not know how to register, if they don't know how to go in the back office, if they do not know how to find their lineage, you are hindering that person from moving forward. That's the issue I had when I came on board, and I had to learn. My upline didn't teach me anything. I had to learn all these things. I was on Miss Jen's Sunday because back then she did some serious training. I was on that
Oh, yes.
every single Sunday trying to learn just the compensation plan. I didn't know how to go in the back office. I learned from playing around with my website, from going on Miss Jen's call every Sunday. Thank God for her. She really did an awesome training. But guys, if you are recruiting, especially if you're recruiting business partners, please learn these things before you bring others on board, because you are hindering your people from growing and moving forward. This is why a couple months ago, I was talking about onboarding, how you onboard your people, because think about this. Mr. Benjamin is on. He doesn't know how to sign someone up. He doesn't know the back office. He doesn't know all these basic things. That's not his fault. But if tomorrow he finds someone and bring that person on board, he wouldn't be able to help that person because the individual that brought him on did not give him the tools that he needs to succeed.
Can I say this too?
Yes.
Now, as an upline for all of my people that come, when they come on board as business partners, they get a list of all of the trainings, Sunday through Saturday, that take place in Atomy that have to do with our upline, which goes back up to Miss Jen. So from Miss Jen to Florence to Pastor Strozer, everyone, they know Lisa Lee does a great training well, I think she's still doing it on Tuesday nights.
Yes.
On the back office. She is an amazing teacher. There's nothing you can't ask her, she's not gonna know. That's but if you're a leader, you need to have a list to give to your business partners of all of the different trainings, because maybe you can't do it, or you're not there, or you're at work or whatever. But there are trainings available that they can go on. And so that should be automatic, because remember, you're in business and you're intentional and you're focused, right? And you manage your time. And you want to help people to become that way. So you've got to put some systems in place for your business. You got to put those systems in place. One system is give everybody that comes in a list of all of the different trainings. And then for your customers, your main goal with your customers is to get their testimony. And so how do you get that? You got to keep up with them and train your people to keep up with their customers. Call them to see how that hemohim is doing them. Call them to see what their A1C is now. Call them to make sure that they're measuring their blood sugar levels. It is one call a week.
Call
Keep up with them.
Call them to make sure they're not detoxing. When someone buys hemohim for the first time, guys, please, you ask them, when did UPS say your package will be coming? When they get it. Your job is to call them, walk them through what might happen as they take that hemohim in regards to detoxification. You need to do all these things.
Right.
And just have something in place for onboarding with your people so they're not lost once you sign them up. Because that's why a lot of people do not stick around with Atomy, because they're signed up. I've had so many people that I called from what my upline registered, and they said, I was signed up, I was given an ID number, I know nothing about the product, I know nothing about anything, I wasn't being taught anything, so they left. And guess what? They went on to another business.
Right.
And that's what's happening here with Atomy. People are not sticking around because they're not being taught. They don't know how to do anything, and they're expected to build a business. It's not that hard. Just like Maria said, if you don't know and you are new and you were signed up that way, it's not your fault. But the calls are there. I might not go on as much as I used to, but let me tell you, I was on every single call when I started. Every single call.
And ask questions.
Yeah. So
Ask
KJ,
questions.
yeah, KJ, you had your hands up first.
Yes. Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. Well, there's a lot that has been shared. I do want to point out for all those leaders today, for all the leaders that's here. Miss Florence have this course that's gonna be coming up soon called the How to Become the Auto Mastery. And so that is something that can I believe that the training will go more depth into the left link, the right side or the left side, and how to build your team and so on. So if anyone hasn't really signed up, I think you guys should sign up for that link just so that way you could learn about how to become an auto master. I did, so I'm waiting for it to come up as well, so so I can learn. I just want to point that out if it's just since we're on the top of the conversation here. And lastly, I just want to say thank you for uploading that video, the link. That is wonderful. The negative thinking, that is good because that's something that it's never been talked about as much. So thank you, Ms. Bryan. Back to you.
You're welcome. Vivian.
Morning, I'm back again. Speaking of follow-up, I did send some information, the Fabuloso video. I sent it to someone who sent it to somebody else.
Uh-huh.
When I didn't recognize the person getting back to me. And when I asked her who she was, she said, she's the lady who you sent the detergent thing to. That's what she said. And then I said, which detergent thing? When she told me the Fabuloso, I said, oh, okay. So what did you think about it? And then she asked me, it seems like you are in a business. I said, yeah, I am in a business. Are you in a business? She said, yes. And when she told me the business she's in, I was shocked because I was in that business too. So she said, well, it's a good thing because I needed vitamins. And really, and she said somebody came and did a presentation for us, but they did not follow
Huh?
up. I said, oh, thank God they didn't follow. So now you're coming on board with me. She said, oh yeah, definitely, because I need the vitamins. So she signed up with me that very first day. And that very first day, I encouraged her to buy her the kit, the health kit, and she bought the same day. And
Look
now
at
she's
that.
with a lot of other people because she's in another business. So
Look
she's
at that.
yes.
Yeah.
I was so happy that did. That's the second person, when you don't follow up with your prospects, somebody else can.
Yes. The fruit is in the follow-up. Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
See, that just proves what Neverlet said.
Mhm.
That just absolutely proved what she said and what we've been saying, about the follow up and the instance that she gave of the other lady who signed up with another company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But guess what, Maria? Those little clips that I've been posting, remember, I shared the Fabulos, all those. Vivian saved those videos and she's been sharing them and she got a customer from it. I wonder how many other individuals took those videos when I post them and did nothing with it. If you are sharing these videos and you keep sharing, the law shows as long as you're sharing and sharing, you are going to get customers. So I hope for those of you who did save those videos that you'll start sharing them because she got a customer from it.
That
Imagine.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, all worth it.
And who knows where your business may grow just through that customer.
And look, she bought a kit.
Right.
Remember, she's in another business, so she has
So
it down.
she's business minded. Yes.
So she could bring her whole downline to your business, Vivian.
Yes, because they went into a different business. So this is the health one. Because even people in other business, their health, they're looking for things for their health to be healthy. And I tell them, you can't do the other business if you're not healthy. So this first you have to take care of your health first.
Yeah.
Yes. That is a fantastic testimony. And that's what we want to hear from everyone. And that's like
Yes.
what said.
They'd be so happy to hear that she shared.
What a return on,
good.
on posting that video. So listen, guys, you know, get a copy of these videos. When Novelette post them in the back, get in, you know, in the chat, go ahead and copy them. And then, you know, do the next thing. Share, share, share.
And I even make sure I share them in the chat here for those that are not in the Momentum Morning group. So and I always said, guys, save these videos and use them. It matters because there's so many people using that fabulous, they have no clue. So it's all about education. But Vivian didn't just get a customer. That's a potential business person there. Just the fact that she bought a package. She didn't just come on board and say, just let me have 1 or 2 products. She actually bought a package. Well done, Miss Vivian. This weekend, on Saturday after my Mother's Day brunch, I went to this financial, a friend of mine that we were doing something together before is now doing the financial business like KJ and CJ. So they were having their meeting here in Orlando. Now I told him I'm not interested, but you know what I did? I went out to his event to support him because for me, I'm already processing, hey, these people are making money. And let me tell you, they're making money when you see how much they were making when they went on stage. But let me tell you what I noticed. Most of the ladies there had a serious weight issue. So I'm looking at potential customers because once you get to a certain weight, there is no way you do not have health challenges like diabetes and things like that. So I'm looking at this as potential customers. When you get invited to other business events, go support that person that invited you. Just let them know you're coming out to support them. He knows that I'm not interested in going on board, but I went out to support him because if I'm having an event, I'm going to invite him to come and support me. And I talk to people there, and you know, people are always asking you what it is you're doing. Totally different businesses. You never know where you're going to get customers. But I will always go to his events so people are used to seeing me and building relationships because guess what? You can make all the money in the world, but if your health is not in check, you will never be able to enjoy that money. So these products that we have here is always a necessity, no matter what field the person is in. Because I've met so many people that they have the money, they have the nice big home. I told you guys about that doctor that, praise God, he finally passed. I was rejoicing when I heard that he died. He was laid up in the bed for 5 or 6 years. All he could do was move his eyes. That's no way to live. And you should have seen the home. Oh my gosh, when you walk in and the grand piano and the roof that goes all the way up. I mean, the house was like, wow. And the garage was bigger than most people's apartments. But he was just laying there. And this is a doctor. So I didn't want to see him suffering anymore. So for me, my prayer was, Lord, either heal him or take him out of his suffering. Because when we went to visit him, we used to go to the same church when I was in Ocala. And you would just see the tears coming down his eyes. That I was just so sad. And my prayer was always, Lord, either you heal him or you take him out of his suffering. And you know, death is also another way that God releases us from our suffering. So let me tell you, having all that money, but your health is not there, you can't do anything with it. So we are in a great field right here where we are really helping individuals with their health and restoring for those who are open because they were not open to it. And it's sad. But I would rather see my loved one go off to be with the Lord than to suffer for years and years and years. That's no way to live. Even for myself, I wouldn't want to live that way. So we have an opportunity here to really bless others. but make sure we know what we're doing. And when we get the opportunity, like Miss Vivian, to share the product. Now, Mr. Benjamin, are you not seeing the link anymore for what I played this morning?
No, because when you come on later, you don't get the
Okay.
link.
Maria, are you on your phone? Or did you use your computer?
Sorry.
Can you repost it? Because I just closed out from my phone. I had my phone open for a while and I just turned the Zoom off on my phone. If you're on your phone, can you repost it for me?
Let me see. Hold on.
Okay.
I don't know if I will be able to. Hold on. Let's see.
Miss Vivian, did you raise your hands again or that was from before?
Yeah, I'll be trying to
Hold on.
post that same video, Novlet. So while Maria is trying to do that, I'm gonna also try and see if I can put it on the in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Oh,
just
And
wanted to ask this. I just
Uh-huh.
wanted to add this. I made it a point. I sacrificed one of my Thursday presentation to go on hers. She did invite me to one of her business presentation. She really
Yeah.
appreciated that, the fact that I showed up. Now, if you can go to the location where they're having it, at least find out if it's online.
Uh-huh.
Try to attend, even if you can't go, to the
Yeah.
location. Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
important. Yeah.
Support each other's business. Just let them know I'm coming to support you. I'm not coming to join your business. I'm just there to support you. And I let my friend know, and he was happy. He was just happy that I came out to support his business. So now, how can I register people without scaring them? Okay, the video was reposted again, Mr. Benjamin.
Thank
Just
you.
educate them on the benefits of the products. Show them your product line. What I do is I open up my website when I'm sitting with someone, and even if I'm not sitting with them face to face, I do a Zoom, or not everyone is on Zoom. So if they do not have access to Zoom, I just I send them the link for the website and I have them log on. We schedule a time to do it. And I still walk them through the website over the phone. I go from healthcare, I just go through the same category as how it is set up on the website here. Oh, I just say, click on, of course, I start with hemoheme and I explain hemoheme. They would have already watched a hemoheme video before I do anything. I always send a video to them to watch on hemoheme because that takes more, people are not familiar with hemoheme. So I always send a video. Then I go to healthcare and I go through the products on the healthcare. I click on each one, have them open it up, read on about it. So it takes time. Then I go to beauty, then I go to personal care, then I go to living. And of course we have some food. So I touch on everything. I want them to see every single product that we carry. I never just share the health product with my people. I show them every single product. And that's how I do it. Whether they're friends or stranger, as long as they show interest, I walk them through my website and let them see what you have available. And people make their decision based on that. I don't know if Maria wanted to add to it.
No, I don't have anything to say. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm trying to get my phone to act. It's acting crazy with me.
Okay. And when I'm out, I just, let people know I have an online shopping mall with plant-based, because people are looking for, what's that word that they're using in the grocery store? Eco-friendly. What's the different wording that they use on these product line, Maria? It's not coming to me now, which is typically just rolling off my tongue. Oh, I don't see her anymore. Anyway, I just go into my plant-based product line because our products are plant-based. And I let them know whether it's the skincare, the supplements, the living products. Because typically when you talk about plant-based, people are thinking of just food. So when I mention, the Korean skincare and, derived from plants, or the living products derived from plants, people are like, wow, I'm interested. I want to learn more about it. So you just have to explain what your website is about. Anyone can get a 45-minute Zoom free. Yes, they can. If you're in business, you must have an account. You can pay yearly as part of your business. Miss Vivian is right. Anyone can get a 45-minute Zoom for free. Zoom, if you sign up with Zoom, you have 45 minutes of free Zoom all day long. They're not telling you that you can only do it one time for the day. You can schedule several Zooms for the day. They're only going to give you 45 minutes. Now, sometimes when they realize that you're using it a lot, sometimes they will even extend it. They'll send you a message and say, hey, we see you've used it, and they'll increase your time. But every single person, if you're doing this business, you should have a Zoom account and use your 45 minutes wisely. So she's right about that.
I had to switch. I'm sorry, I had to switch from my phone computer, you guys. So yeah, but everyone should have. You should have a Zoom, and practice on your Zoom, because if you're a leader, you definitely.
You're a little low on your speaker.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yeah,
if
that's
you're a
better.
leader, you can be. You could practice doing these Zooms because you need to grow your business, and you can do Zooms with with your group, with your people. Do training. So, okay, you'd say, okay, well, I don't know how to do a training. Well, that's because you need to learn. You have to learn. We had to learn how to do this. We didn't just start out knowing how to do all this stuff, and we had to research, and you have to think about why you're in business. Get back to your why, right? Some of us are really in business because we want to make money. So then focus on that. Focus on that with your business partners to help them grow your team. But in order to do that, you've got to be informed. That means you've got to know the compensation plan, and you've got to know how these products work. And you got to know how to sign people up so that you can train others. So just look at yourself as you are launching into the deep, you're launching into your next level. Look at yourself as that. Don't stay stuck where you are. You can move forward. As a matter of fact, if you begin to make one step, the other steps will appear. I like the analogy Neville used the other week about the stairs. Walking up the stairs. You don't see the next step. Okay, it might be crowded, but you just go ahead and make that step. So we're all moving to our next. All of us are being leveled up. Some of us are coming, kicking and screaming. Don't be one that's coming, kicking and screaming. Go willingly into your next level.
Yeah. Very, very true. What was I gonna say on that? Oh, and for those of us that was interested in the ACE training, as we mentioned, Zoom, for those who are new, like for what was his name? I don't see his name.
Benjamin.
Yeah. And the gentleman that was new this morning, that's at work, the ACE, AICE, Nick talked about it last Tuesday, and a few of the individuals from here went onto that Zoom. I posted in the Momentum Morning chat. They're having a training tonight for $29.99. For those of you that said, I cannot afford to pay for Zoom, $29.99. When you get that ACE package, you get Zoom included for $30. So this is really $30 for 500 participants. Now, you might not be ready for 500 participants, but it doesn't matter. You now have access to Zoom. And you can sit on there for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. There's no time limit. So if you're building a business, as Miss Vivian said, you should have Zoom. $30 a month. And it comes with so many other apps that's included in there, like Calendly, where you now can, as you get busy, your people can just go on there and pick the slots you have open to schedule an appointment with you, and you don't have to call them and say, hey, when are you going to be available? They have access to that. They can schedule. There's a lot with ACE for your business. All these videos that we're posting that some of you might have lost, didn't know where to save it. You can save all your videos in there. You can do texting from there, email. There's just a lot to it. So I post the link because I'm going to end now. It's 11:40 and so I have a 12 o'clock schedule with someone that just called me. So it is posted in there. Mr. CJ, are you still, can you post it here, CJ? From the momentum.
I just, you mean for the, for tonight, 9 o'clock?
Tonight, yes, uh-huh.
But before I do that now, let me just pause for the call. It's 11:44. But let me say a big thank you to Navlet and to Maria. You ladies are awesome. And on behalf of all the team here, every participant, being guest, being an Anatomian, we want to say thanks. Big thank you. And also before I go, if there's anyone on the call today, this morning, it's your first time on the Momentum Morning Show, we would love to have you introduce yourself. We want to know, first of all, we want you to know that you are so welcome here. And if you don't mind, you just quickly unmute, tell us who you are, who invited you, how you came to be on the call. We just want to welcome you, and we want to say, come again. Invite tonight, 9 p.m. ACE, and we'll be here tomorrow morning. Pre-game, 9:45. Showtime, 10 o'clock. Thank you, Navlet. Let me see if I can get that post over to you.
Yeah, we had one new person this morning. They were at work, so they just communicated in the chat.
Wonderful.
Yeah, post that quickly for me so we can go. So guys, check out ACE tonight. Imagine $29.99 for Zoom. So now you're not limited to 45 minutes. You can stay on, you can schedule as many Zooms as you want all day long for $30 a month. It's worth it. People spend more than $30 a month at Starbucks, and it's not bringing you money. It's not doing anything for your health. Actually, it's not even healthy for you. But that's another thing to talk about. So, we just have to rethink how we spend our money, because this is for your business. I use Zoom a lot. And I just go to the website with people, because sometimes it's better when people are seeing it. Visual works better. So yeah. Let's see if Mr. CJ got it. Or anyone that's on the Momentum Morning that's on here that has access to it, you can post it as well in the chat. I just want you guys to have access to it. Mr. Benjamin, you might be interested. I don't know if you were on the training last Tuesday at 1. So if you missed tonight, if you can't do tonight, there's also their regular Zoom Tuesdays at 1. But I think tonight they're rolling out a new product that they're adding to it. And you're still only going to be paying $29.99. So yeah, nothing from CJ. Listen, is there anyone in here that's interested in going on the call tonight? Just raise your hand. If not, I don't have to worry about posting it. Oh, Rose. Are you in the Momentum Morning, Rose and Vivian? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Oh, so I posted this morning in there. I posted the link in the chat.
Okay.
Yes, I saw.
Okay, so you can get it from there.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you
You're
for doing that.
welcome. All righty. So that's it for us today. Thank you guys for being here. And hopefully you will go use those little clips and share it with others. Because let me tell you, there's a lot of people that use that Fabuloso. There's some other little videos that I saved from last week that I will play this week, but you'd be surprised, especially in our community, they love using that Fabuloso. And people are not aware of how toxic it is. So you should really, really be sharing that video with your family and friends, because I guarantee almost every one of us have someone in our family that's using those products, that particular product, because they love the smell.
The smell, and yeah, in my community, it's almost every ladies. You go to their homes, they say they love it.
Yeah. That smell is what's getting people, and asthma is prevalent amongst kids because of these toxic products that we're using in the home. Most, as 99.9% of asthma attacks happen in the home. The home is the epicenter. So as Miss Carol used to say, we need to detox our home. And we have the products here to do that. Who does facial show? Maria used to do it, and she even had a call, but people weren't really coming out to support that call because she does the skincare. So is there a question you have on that before we go, Mr. Benjamin? Maybe we can have Maria facilitate something for you. What was your question?
No, I was at the Federal Way Center, and they did a facial, and they did demonstration of the product, and that's one thing they said to do is to do the facial. Product lasts for a year. Once you learn how to use the product, it lasts for a year, and it doesn't cost that much. And the facial is one of the most that's what makes the Korean look good.
That's the foundation. That evening care force set is the building foundation.
Yeah.
Maria, will you be available on Wednesday?
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Okay, show them how you do your whole facial from start to finish when you're doing a facial with, because she does a lot of facial parties.
That would be great.
She has the most beautiful setup. Maria, you got to come and show them pictures from your facial party that you did.
Show some pictures, but honestly, what I really want to say to everyone is, if you please purchase and use the evening care force set, at least.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Do that, because if you how many people on here actually have bought it and used it? That's still raising.
I am never out of my evening care force set. Are you
That's
no
way. How many people actually? Because that's the thing. If you use it, you already know how to use it, because it comes with a very it comes with an excellent instruction book. As a matter of fact, each one of our products comes with instructions in there. And so you already know how to use it. So if you use it yourself, you can do a party. You can do a party because you already know how to use it. And for the most part, you know the results, because once you when you first use the first step, you see a result. The second step, you see by the time you get to using that mask, and you take that mask off, your skin does not look nor feel the same. You don't even look or feel the same. So you already know that. So you got to take the excitement from that and run with it and share it with other people. So I just want to encourage everyone to buy the evening care force set. Everyone should have, every business partner should have at least the evening care force set. And we should have already been, because there's no secret, there's no rocket science to using that evening for, that set. There's no rocket. It's really, really simple. I'll show you guys, how to set it up for the party. So I will post some pictures, and you'll see how the setup goes, and the rest is up to you. Back to you,
Great, thanks. I'm going to post a video in here for you, Mr. Benjamin. This is one of the best video presentation I have seen on the Evening Care 4. You can watch it. She does an excellent job, and she shows you how to do the presentation as well. I'm going to post it also in the Momentum Morning group again for the 50th time. I'm always posting this video. Copy. So I'm posting it in the chat.
And right, guys, and you look at the video, please,
Closer to your mic, Maria.
Please copy that video. And even if you do a party, you can play the video.
Yes.
Just have your computer, your laptop there, and go through the steps with the people you're doing the party with. Just go through each step. You can just stop and start. But I'm telling you, if you already use this product, then you already know how to do it. Because I have people ask me all the time, well, how do you do it? Well, are you using it? Gotta use the product. That's one of the reasons why I stopped doing it. Because I did, like, for 2.5 years, I did the skincare show, you know, but because people did not seem to be, only a few people were using the product, you know, I just felt like it was just a waste of good time. So I started just doing some other things and mainly just work in my business more so.
Are you seeing
yeah.
the screen, Mr. Benjamin? Mr. Benjamin, are you there? Mr. Davis.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, are you seeing the screen?
Yes.
Okay, I post this link in the chat just now. This lady does, and when I do my party, I put this video in and I press play and I have people follow step by step and watch her, because I want my people to do it themselves. So when they get their product, they know how to use it. So when I do my party, which is what Maria does, she doesn't do it herself. She let the individual do their own facial themselves. But she has an absolutely awesome setup. So Wednesday, guys, come ready to learn from her. I'm telling you, it is just awesome. But for those that are afraid to use this video, you do not have to know how to do it. You just need to know how to pull this video up, press play, and she explained each and every one of these products here, the benefits. She's telling individuals what plant is in them, what the plant does for your skin. I absolutely love her. And you can do the same thing. Once Maria goes through everything on Wednesday with you guys, then you have this video to take with you to further, you know, you watch it and get it, and you can have your own party.
Oh,
I have
yes.
sold so many Evening Care 4 sets from, even without this video, I just have people use it and they see the difference immediately on their skin. This Evening Care 4 set works. People buy it without you putting on the moisturizer, or they see a difference when you're done using this. This is the foundation. Go ahead, Maria.
and I was going to say, if you decide to have these parties, you can do really well.
Come in closer again.
If you decide to have this
Stay right there.
evening, I know it's my computer. That's why I'm always on the phone. But if you decide to do these parties, you can really do well. You can do well in terms of, especially with the Evening Care 4 set and the Fame set and the home set, because people see a difference in their skin. And when they run out, they generally will come back. But you have got to be you've got to be a product of the product yourself.
Yes.
And tell them what you do, Maria, when the people have the face mask on. Guys, this is the part where you have a captive audience. Let Maria do what she does. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, great, because I got to hop on another call too.
Me too.
Okay, so while the face mask is on, is a great time to talk about, because it's going to take about 20 minutes for that face mask to dry. So you have a captive audience You know, number one, you're going to let everybody's face mask dry really, really well. That's why it takes about 20 minutes. And then you can have like a little contest. Whoever gets their mask off and it doesn't break, then you can give them a gift. So we always want to have plenty of gifts.
Huh?
But during the time that the mask is on, it's a great time to talk about
Oui.
all of, uh-oh, Rose, we can hear you speaking. Yes, during the time, that's okay. During the time when that mask is on, it's a great time to talk about all of your other products. So have them all handy, or if you don't have the products, just have the empty boxes. Talk about the products. I usually have a bag with plenty of samples in there. The vitamin C, probiotics, fine, whatever it is. I have a little bag that I give each person as a gift. Pull them out. I have everybody dump their bag out, and we talk about each one. You can also talk about your hemohim. Have some hemohim samples handy. Have some noni juice, little cups. The little cups, you get them at the Dollar Tree, you know, for $1.25. Put noni juice in them. Have them do that. You can have a toothpaste and a toothbrush in there. You know, you can have that because you want people to try. You want everybody at your party not to just come there for the skincare, but hey, you got to try the other items. Also, have a partner with you who can take the orders, because afterwards you want everyone to place their order. Another thing you want to have is your skincare intake sheet, and I'll make sure that let's see, how can you get that? We'll work that out so that everybody can have that intake sheet. Have people fill it out, and then you will know beforehand if they have sensitive skin or whatever. But basically, I have to go. I have another call to get on.
Thank you. Yeah, me too. So guys, so you see, Rose, I'm coming. So it's not just the skincare you're going to be selling, because you have a captive audience and you talk about, and if you have a small television there, you can open up your website if you have like the smart TV and go to your products while they're you know, their mask is drying. So Miss Rose, quickly, and then I have to go.
I raised the hand when you asked for those who wanted to follow tonight.
Oh, it's posted in the chat right there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, posted. Yes.
Mhm.
So,
Thank
okay,
you.
guys, so we went longer today because I'm captive in my house. It's raining, so I just stayed longer. That's why. So, thank you guys for staying on, and get the link here if you're interested in going on tonight, and see you all tomorrow. It was great today. Thank you all for, you know, the feedback, communicating. It was great.
All right, God bless.
God bless.